Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're making kontomire, also known as spinach stew. This stew is very easy to make and it takes about 30 minutes. So simple. You need simple ingredients to make it. You can enjoy it with plantain as we did here. You can enjoy it with rice, some banku, eba, and lots of other things. So we'll go ahead and teach you how to make it so that you can also make it by yourself and you let us know how it went. Yeah. So guys, if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel, like our page, share our channel to your friends so that they also like it, and you tell us about our recipe so far, what you think about it. Yeah, so in our house we planted our own kontomire, so we went to harvest it for fresh kontomire leaves for our stew. Guys, it's very important. If you have a back garden, you can also try this. It's easy and it comes out looking very fresh and nice, and it was so colorful. Look at the texture. My sister was having a bit of difficulty taking it off. So these are the ingredients you need for the stew. Of course, we need our protein. We're using meat. Of course, we're using some wele, pomo. We're using our fish. We're using our vegetables here, as we're using palm oil. You can use vegetable oil too, but today we're using palm oil. We have our Agushi seeds, and also known as pumpkin seeds. We have egg, our seasonings, yes, and we have momoni. That's the smelly fish. We have momoni. So we go ahead and cut up our kontomire. So first of all, you cut the stem, then you cut it like how I'm doing in the video for easy access to cutting. So you just follow the video and see how it's done. So when you're done, you place it on your board as I have done, and repeat the same process with the other kontomire leaves. It's a simple process, but it takes a lot of time, so you have to be patient with this. So with this, after that, you wrap it into a ball so that it can be easy for you to cut it out. So after rolling it, you cut off the piece that is not needed away. Yes, then you begin by cutting the kontomire into smaller pieces like what we're doing in the video. So you can also let us know how you go about and cut your kontomire, because I know people do it in different ways. So you can let us know how you do yours too. We're always ready to learn new recipe and new stuff from you guys, so let us know. So after cutting up all your kontomire leaves, this is what you have a whole lot. But mind you guys, you see it like this, once it's cooked it becomes very tiny. So you go ahead and wash all the kontomire to get all the dirt and everything out of it. Then you go ahead and cook it for about 5 minutes. You turn it till it's ready. So in a blender, we go ahead and blend our vegetables. we go ahead and cook our protein. First of all, we start by cooking it with our spices. We use a cube, salt and seasoning. We let it first of all cook in its own juices so that the meat becomes very nice and tasty. So you go ahead and add all the seasonings and you put it on fire for some few minutes. You cover it up for some few minutes before adding a bit of water. So we go ahead and add a bit of our blended ginger, our blended garlic, our green pepper, our pakoshito, with all our natural spices. We add it to the seasoning of the meat. And guys, this, by doing it, it takes it to another level. The flavor and the juice from the meat becomes so tasty. So we go ahead and let it cook for some time before adding the water, because the meat is a bit tough, so you have to add a bit of water to make it a bit tender. So after this, you cover it for some minutes and let it cook till the meat is ready. So you check to see if it has become a bit soft. Yes. So in a pot, we add our palm oil, we add our momoni, our fish, then we add our green pepper and our onions for the base of the stew. So we add a bit of fish too in the sauce. You're going to stir so that it doesn't get burnt. The fish has to dissolve, the momoni has to dissolve in the oil. So once it starts frying, you continue to mix it. Then you add your fish, as I said earlier. Guys, your comment is so important to us, so please let us know how you do yours. Yes. And you add our pepper mixture to the palm oil and you continue to stir so that it doesn't get burnt. So you put it on medium to high, then you add in your cube stock, you add in your seasoning, a bit of salt to taste, and you stir. And you leave the stew to simmer for some time. Yeah, it has to cook very well till the pepper is well cooked. So to this we add in our tomatoes, then we stir so that it doesn't get burnt. Make sure that all the tomato melts in the stew to make it have that nice looking texture we're going for. So to that we add our stock from the meat, then we continue to put our meat in the tomato sauce so that the meat can have the flavor of the tomato sauce. Yeah, so you let it cook for some time and you continue to stir so that it doesn't get burnt, because at this point the fire is at high, so you need to pay attention to it so that it doesn't get burnt. So in a bowl you add your eggs. You break your eggs into a bowl one at a time, because you might never know, some of the eggs might be spoiled and you might end up ruining your stew if you put all together at once. So you break it one at a time. So we go ahead and mix up our Agushi, also known as the pumpkin seeds. You mix it with water to have that creamy texture. Then you add a bit of salt, not too much because we already have some in the stew. So you continue to mix it till you get the texture here that we're going for. It shouldn't be too thick and it shouldn't be too light too, just a medium texture. So after that, you go ahead and add it to your stew. You portion it in different places, add it to your stew. So here you go ahead and spread it out, but when you are stirring, make sure you don't mix it all together, because we are going for a bit of that chunky, how do I say this? Ye pese a bobo da for yenim na ya sakese eni kosua ni nyina sana me patre. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what we're going for. We wanted to have like that chunky texture in the stew so that you can enjoy it very well. So when you're stirring at this point, you don't stir too much, but you have to stir because it might end up being burnt at the bottom of the stew, and that's not what we want. So this is what we're looking for. See how it is chunky in it. The agushi seeds we mixed in there becomes a bit of that chunky texture we are going for. So you let the stew simmer for some time. Then you go ahead and add your cooked kontomire or spinach leaves. Then you add it. Make sure you get all of it in there. As I said, the kontomire, you have a lot when you cut it up, but once it's cooked, it becomes very small. So mind you. So you go ahead and incorporate the So guys, please like our page, subscribe, share the link too. Yeah, so once you see that the kontomire starts to boil, the oil starts to form on top, then you know that hey, you're making progress. Yeah, and your stomach begins to rumble at the scent of the stew and the taste of it. Look at how beautiful it's looking. So once it begins to boil and oil forms on top of it, then you know that it's well cooked, it's cooked. Then you go ahead and garnish it with your bakposhito, your green pepper, your onions, and yeah. So you serve it with whatever you want. As I said earlier, rice, plantain, cocoa, yam, banku, even eba. And it's so delicious, guys. Yeah. So guys, please tell us if you tried this recipe, and if you did, let us know how it went. And please invite us to your homes to come try it as well. So thank you. Bye.